Hello. Um, Hello, good day. My name is Choma Chemina Akwarandu. Today I will be presenting on financial performance analysis on the UK electricity industry from the year 2014 to the year 2023. Due to my findings, I was able to explore the impact of geopolitical events, regulatory changes, and the ongoing shift towards renewables. Checking on this first slide, This this focus is on the five major companies that represented a cross-section of the industry. Also on this slide, we'll be looking at the industry context, which talks about the sectors that operates in a highly dynamic environment influenced by global crises such as the Ukraine conflict, Brexit-related regulatory changes, and post-COVID recovery. This slide, it also talks about the major trend shaping the future. Shaping the future is the transition of the renewable energy. My analysis focuses on how these companies navigated these uncertainties between the year 2014 to the year 2023. So this slide 3, we'll be talking about the data sets, compilation, and the methodology. Here, we'll be looking at the analysis, which includes the five diverse players from infrastructure giants such as National Grid to tech disruptors like Octopus Energy. We evaluated six key metrics, including profits, margins, asset base, and returns. Data was sourced from the same database, ensuring reliability and consistency. So on this slide, we'll be looking at the data visualization, the intercompany comparisons. Here we'll be comparing between two sectors, like comparison before taxation and comparison on the return on shareholder funds. In the year 2023, National Grid led in profit of £3.6 billion, showing the benefit of regulated infrastructures. A UK-based energy supply known as OVO, OVO, and Drax Group plc shows strong post-COVID recoveries. On returns, Drax leads in efficiency with 40% of ROSF and Octopus at 29%, which validates its innovative 29% validates its innovative models. This highlights a clear post-pandemic performance hierarchy. So the next slide, which is data visualization, talking about the temporal trends. Yeah, yeah, it talks about the national grid performance remains stable throughout the decade as a result of its regulated defensive business model. Drugs experienced a sharp COVID dip but rebounded well, while Ottipus uncertainty reflects its growth change dynamics, while industry-wide recovery by the year 2023 signals improved adaptation. So this slide will be looking at descriptive statistics overview. For this slide, this descriptive statistics overview, it shows high uncertainties, which is evident across the board with coefficients of variation over 100%, showing the risky nature of the sector. The average profits are negative, while the large standard deviations emphasizing outlier impacts and systematic instability. Despite this, the database is strategically robust with 9 to 14 observation per metrics. This slide, we're looking at the correlation analysis and variable relationships. Strong positive correlations was found Based on my analysis, a strong positive correlation was found, especially between profits and both net assets, worth zero point 0.9, and shareholders' funds, worth zero point 0.9 also. This underscores the capital-intensive nature of the industry. More asset and equity are tightly linked to profit generation. Financial strategy, financial strategy and skill play a crucial role in long-term success. So on this slide, we'll be looking at the regression model and predictive analysis. The regression model predicts profits based on net tangible assets and shareholder funds. The model explains 91% of the variance in profits, which is quite strong. Let's say, for instance, a company with 5 million pound in assets and 2 million in equity is predicted to make a negative, that is a minus 1.56 million pounds in profits. This can be used for capital allocation planning. So the next slide is looking at model reliability and critical evaluation. Just talking about the critical evaluation. Why the arrow square is high, we must be cautious only only to observe 10. Sorry, let me come again. Why the arrow square is high, we must be cautious. Only 10 observations and a high standard error of 468K, 468,000 pounds suggest wide prediction intervals. It is a good strategic tool, but needs frequent updates and confidence intervals to be used effectively in decision making. In summary, in summary of the critical evaluation, it looks at the in summary, this means that our regression model has an excellent explanatory power with 91% square, which shows that there are strong strategically relationship between the variables managed as well as the outcome of the profits. So here we'll be looking at the strategic recommendations and conclusions. Here we have two key recommendations: capital investment strategy and financial structure optimization. Now, talking about the capital investment strategy, here we'll be looking on how to prioritize renewals capex of 60% driven by strong asset profit correlation and net zero targets. While looking at the future structure optimization, here we're going to optimize financial structure, aim for 40 to 45% equity ratio to balance risk and flexibility. Thank you very much.